Disturbing and heartbreaking discovery in an area known for illegal dumping. 2 malnourished horses abandoned in the desert and left for dead. Rebecca Taylor looks at what's being done about it in tonight's News 4 Tucson investigation.
It's an area south of the Tucson airport. Locals call it the dog patch, where for years unwanted and dead pets are dumped like trash, and even livestock are being discarded. A warning, some of the images you're about to see are disturbing.
In the dog patch area, it's been happening for a very long time. Rain was the 5th horse that we have rescued.
Last Sunday, Karen Pomeroy and volunteers found a severely neglected and malnourished horse, 450 pounds underweight and collapsed from weakness. Despite efforts to keep Rain alive, she was put down 2 days later.
We did x-rays and her coffin bone, which is the bone inside of the hoof wall, was pushing through her hoof, and so we didn't really have a choice but to euthanize her. And about an hour later, the sun came out, and it kind of chokes me up a little bit because I feel that name was perfect for her. She came in the rain and left in the rain.
Another downed horse named Angelique was found 4 days earlier on August 3rd with injuries all over her face and body, consistent with being dragged and whipped.
And I feel helpless sometimes. We can do what we can for Angelique, but what about the other ones we don't know about? So I think that's where we need law enforcement to get involved.
Abandoning an animal, turning it out like that is a crime. At the very least, it's a misdemeanor. Depending on the circumstances, it could be a felony.
Detective Ted Noon with the Pima County Sheriff's Department says it's unclear if the 2 cases are related. Right now, they have no suspects.
The best advice I can give the general public is that if they see something, then they need to call us. They need to call 911.
So that's all that can be done right now? There's no drones or any active surveillance at this point? It's just when you guys are dispatched or if there's a call?
Yes, and the community, they are our best sources of information because they live there 24/7, whereas we don't. We go in there if there's an active call or an investigation.
County Supervisor Matt Hines would like to see signs posted in the area, educating the public about resources available to people who need to give up pets and livestock.
That's a way that we could really, I think, save some of these animals' lives and not put them through this kind of terrible, this misery of being abandoned and then dehydrated and then starving to death.
Hines is also considering proposing a county fund to cover emergency expenses for animals found by deputies and being cared for by volunteers and rescue organizations.
They are held harmless from some of these expenses, such as the veterinary bills and potentially feed.
What we used to pay for a load of hay a year ago would have been about $6,400. Our last load was almost $11,000.
Pomeroy says more people are looking for homes for their animals than adopting at this point. Given a 40% chance of survival when they found her, Angelique is improving daily.
So she's a special girl. She definitely has the will to live, and I think she's going to be a handful when she's 100% better.
If you're interested in sponsoring a horse at Equine Voices Rescue and Sanctuary, head to KVOA.com. Anyone with information about Rain or Angelique's owners are asked to call the Sheriff's Department. If you have a story you'd like us to investigate, email us at investigators@KVOA.com or call our tip line at 520-955-4444. Rebecca Taylor, News 4 Tucson.